I cannot see comments today, so because my camera is super far. And what was I going to say? Oh, I said I was going to answer questions today, but because we're doing 2 readings, we're going to do the new moon in Aquarius first, and then the weekly energy forecast, okay? I can't see that far. So we'll wait a second. So if you saw my story, then you noticed that I already posted some things that I've been feeling about this new moon in Aquarius. Definitely reflecting on how you respond to things. And that could be people, events, situations, thoughts. Are you responding in the way of your highest self? Do you give yourself enough time to reflect? How are you being influenced by others, and who are you allowing yourself to be influenced by? Are you too easily influenced by others? And if so, are you able to admit that to yourself so that you know when you are making decisions in your life to sit with yourself more rather than asking people for advice or looking for advice? So and a lot of people who are empathetic or highly sensitive can be easily influenced by others. I am one of those people who are easily influenced by others. So when I'm making decisions in my life about my life, I do not look at anything or ask anyone for advice. Even down to doing this reading for the new moon, I do not, anytime I do like a major reading for the collective, I don't read or watch anybody else's, any other readers or influencers or spiritual advisors or whatever's. I don't watch or read any of their posts on the new moon because I want it to be fluid from my space rather than being influenced from others. And you have to admit that to yourself. Yes, I'm easily influenced by others, but it's okay. That's why I do not ask for advice when it comes to making huge decisions in my life or decisions at all. So being able to connect to that. Also, another thing too is making yourself aware of what bad habits. I have to get a charger. Give me one second, I have to get a charger. But making yourself aware of what bad habits you are continuously responding to. Give me one second, let me get a charger. Okie doke. Okay, so our goals or intentions for this new moon, think about those questions about how you're being influenced, who you're allowing yourself to influence you. Are you easily influenced? And if so, make yourself aware of it. It's not a bad thing to be easily influenced by others. You're just highly sensitive to energy. So knowing that will give you the ability to then step away and make decisions on your own without asking others for advice on your life. Another thing too was reflection. Do you give yourself enough time to reflect on who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what is healthy for you, what is not, what is right for you, what isn't, what things that you maybe are clinging to, things that you need to let go of. So giving yourself time to reflect. rather than keep doing things or acting on situations. It's really about a lot of mindfulness. I've been feeling personally for this Aquarius season in general that I just want to do things on my own, be by myself. You know, Aquarius energy, I think about that. Just not ask anybody for advice, not be influenced by anyone, just myself, my own energy, whatever God brings for me, any benevolent spirits, what my ancestors have for me, what the Orishas have for me, what my mother Yeye Oya has for me in that way, okay? So let's get into first the new moon in Aquarius. I call on the ancestors of the highest truth, the highest character, the archangels and ascended masters of the highest light. I call in the Orishas, any benevolent spirits that would wish to assist in this reading for the collective, in behalf of the collective, for the conscious and subconscious, in alignment with this new moon in Aquarius today, February 4th, 2019. It's also my dad's birthday. Allow me to be the messenger, the vessel, the channel for the collective at this time. I call in my spiritual team to assist me in this reading, to bring through the messages very clear and allow me to translate them in a way that those who are ready to receive these words and prosper. It's already getting hot in here. I really want to open a window, but I have so many candles going. Okay. Woo, I gotta take this sweatshirt off. Everybody who asked me about the sweatshirt, this is from the Trap Witch. I hope she makes more clothing because I have all her pieces. I think she only did 2, but I have both of them. And I love them. They're like some of my favorites. And this next necklace is from Gypsy Sanctuary. Okay, one more shuffle because I was getting super hot. I love this. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Two of Cups, and everything is reversed, okay? So this is really deep internal work. Mindset, mindfulness, exactly what I was talking about before. The Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Three of Cups in reverse. A lot of this is going to have to do with mindset, like I mentioned before. Giving yourself time to reflect. Another thing that is huge that is coming up is the emotional stamina. How you are responding to situations. And in terms of partnership, right? In this duality. Are you, again, allowing others to influence you in a positive way? Are you look at the relationships surrounding you and notice how those relationships support your higher truth? Notice that if you're allowing yourself to feed thoughts patterns and actions that need to go? Are you unconsciously feeding thoughts, patterns, and actions that are no longer serving your highest self? What I'm getting from the Knight of Swords is his horse is charging forward, okay? And so what I'm downloading from this is, rather than moving so fast paced and always reacting to things so quickly, unless it's from an intuitive space, giving yourself time to recognize if that situation is going to serve you, or if that thought or if those words are going to serve you in a specific way. When I posted something, and I believe it was on Saturday on my story, about noticing the bad habits that you continuously are continuously reacting to, this was associated with the new moon energy. When you feel yourself being called to something, when you're craving something, rather than charging forth with it, are you giving yourself enough time to notice, or a time to reflect why you are reaching for that bad habit? Maybe it's foods, substances, people, social media, out of bad habit, out of not wanting to be conscious, or not wanting to be conscious, but out of maybe covering up something that you're feeling in the moment, not wanting to sit with that specific feeling, lack of confidence, not wanting to deal with that shadow. And why are you running from it? What about that specific energy are you running from? The spirits are coming in so powerful, because I was just sweating and now I'm getting chills everywhere. So with this Knight of Swords, that's really what I'm feeling. Rather than reacting to something like that, if you know that it's a situation, thought, or person, or action that is not going to serve your growth, give yourself time before reacting. You have to find the emotional stamina, the King of Swords, finding that emotional space, that space that gives you the strength to tell yourself in your head, number one, that is not healthy for you. And number two, how can you respond in a way or redirect so that you are not charging forth to reach for that person, that substance, that item, whatever it is that is no longer serving you, and you know it is not, okay? And then one thing else that is coming through is to not beat yourself up when you do reach for it, when you do act on it. More so, ask for strength, or in the moment when you're about to reach for that, ask for strength. Call on your spiritual team. Remember, you work in conjunction with your spiritual team. It is your partnership. So this coming in reverse is that, hey, you're forgetting that that you have a harmonious space of a team, right? This is bringing up disharmony in a partnership, in a duality space. So we're forgetting that you have a spiritual team that you work in conjunction with, or co-create with, or just God in general, that you co-create with God to ask for strength. You are not here alone, and you do not have to do any of these things alone. It is you in the moment when things are going sour, remembering that you have a team with you, that you have God with you, can give you strength. Literally. Please, God, give me strength to overcome this situation, to not call this person, to not pick up this substance, to not react to this way out of anger or whatever, right? But it is up to you to recognize it first. This new moon is about giving yourself that time to reflect on it. Now, we don't have to do, okay? You can't sit and think about and contemplate things if you're always moving so fast. If you're always looking, what can I do next? What can I do this? What can I do this? What about giving yourself time to reflect? How often do you give yourself time to reflect on the things that are going through in your life, the things that you are constantly reacting to, or constantly, it's like I think of like a tornado, right? When we start going and so many things are happening in our life and we're moving like this, are you giving yourself, if the tornado is moving rapidly, are you able to stop in any given time and give yourself time to reflect, or are you feeding off that tornado energy and continuously spinning? Yes, if there is a lot going on in your life right now, guess what? The only way for you to figure out what direction to go is to reflect, to sit and listen in silence. So if you don't give yourself time to do so, you're going to keep spinning and then asking yourself why things are going this way. Instead of sitting and saying, oh, I notice things are going this way. God, can you please show me what, in which way, or ask your inner voice, inner me. Inner peace of God within me. How can why are things going this way? Or how can I work with the energy of what is taking place in my life to benefit my higher truth, rather than continuously moving fast paced? Even though my environment is moving fast paced, I'm giving myself time to reflect so I know how to work with this energy and not allow it to pull me out of alignment with myself. Okay? A lot of mindful work. I was thinking about how I always suggest to people that if you want to increase your intuition, meditate. And yes, meditation can happen in so many ways. You can meditate while you're walking, while you're doing the dishes, whatever. But if you truly want to enhance the trust in your inner voice, silent meditation is the key. Okay, and yes, it is not always easy to sit in silence and meditate, but you start like this. And I recognized this within myself a couple weeks ago, that I was relying on the noise to pull me away from what I was doing. So the noise of guided meditation, the noise of binaural beats. So I in this moment am retraining myself to sit in silence, to sit in silent meditation. Start with 3 minutes. And you pay attention to your breath. You pick one point on your body. I specifically pick my heart chakra, and anytime I veer away from my heart chakra, I come back to my heart chakra. But I am telling you that if you want to gain more clarity and listen to your intuition and hear the voice of your spiritual team and hear the voice of God, you have to learn how to sit in silence. Yes, guided meditations are great to help you work through things. Yes, binaural beats are great for helping you clear energy. But if you can't sit in silence without doing anything or listening to anything, rather than what is taking place maybe on around you, or what's your heartbeat, you are going to continuously find yourself in a space where you can't listen clearly. Okay? Another thing that I was thinking about too was, after this anxiety webinar that I did on Saturday, which by the way, I'm going to do another one because I loved it so much, that you have to be conscious when listening to your intuition of things in your life that may be benefiting you to get certain things done, but do not benefit your highest truth, or your evolution, or your spiritual health. Okay, for example, I love coffee. Coffee helps me get shit done, but it also keeps me awake, whatever, but it gives me anxiety. And as I was drinking more of it, I was realizing that I was getting more anxiety from coffee, so I quit drinking coffee. My intuitive voice, my intuition was heightened overnight from not drinking coffee. Now, I know how to personally tap into my intuition even when I have a little bit of heightened anxiety, but that's from years and years of practice. Not that I suggest it, but cutting coffee helped, right? Cutting coffee cut down my anxiety. So even though it may be something that helps you, it could be hurting you. If your goal is to amplify and evolve and enhance your spiritual health, but you know something over here isn't helping you, then you have to be able to find the emotional strength within yourself to say, this is not doing me any good. And I can no longer keep grabbing for this at this time because it is not aligned with my intention for myself. But if you are allowing yourself to continuously act, it's from a space of weakness. That is a weakness. And people don't like to be called weak, right? But if you are going to continuously reach for something, then it is straight up weakness. You are not asking for strength or feeding your determination or feeding your self-motivation. You are just allowing yourself to be weak. Now, if there is 1 or 2 times where out of 100 times you overcame that, and now that 1 or 2 times you fell, yes, that was a weakness, but it's not something to beat yourself up over. But if you have reached for it 100 times and only have called yourself out 2 times, then that is weakness, and you are continuously allowing yourself to act out of weakness. Okay? Let's check in with the subconscious level. Confusion. Okay, so this goes really well with this energy that is coming up because, again, if you are moving too fast paced, if you're continuously not allowing yourself to reflect because you have not connected to your ability to sit in silence, you are going to continuously find yourself in a confused space. If you are one of those people who are always looking for answers because you don't want to sit and ask yourself or you don't want to do the work, you are going to, in this time, find yourself in a confused space because nobody is going to give you the answers anymore. That is not how it's going to work for you. Those people who always look for the answers, you're going to find yourself very, very confused. Because, again, nobody is going to give you the answers anymore. It is now up to you. You are at this point in your evolution, chills. You are at this point in your evolution where you have to now do the work and invoke your inner voice and the trust in your inner voice, okay? Also, if you are in a space where you're just way busy and you continuously keep piling things on your plate, you are going to find yourself in a space of confusion unless you give yourself time to reflect and see how you can make a change next time or say no. How can you start to say no to benefit you and yourself and your evolution? Setting boundaries so that you do not find yourself in a confused state. People pleasers, it is time for you to start letting go of that people pleasing because it is not helping you to continuously put more on your plate when you are asking to evolve and take care of yourself and to prosper. You will not prosper if you keep piling things up on top. You have to know when to say no. You have to know when to speak up. And it is okay that if you're one of those people who always says yes to others, if you need to cancel some things to give more time to yourself to reflect. Okay? Let me do this. Where did I put it? Oh my God, this is so funny. I don't even know where I put it. Hold on. Okay. Now, let's move on to this week's energy forecast. I guess I could have just used that. Could have just used this smoke. Cleansing energies cards with the smoke of the sacred dragon blood. Okay. For the weekly energy forecast extending from today, February 4th. Oh, I have to look at the calendar. To Sunday, February 10th, 2019. So bringing you one message on a conscious and subconscious level to benefit the collective. Our spirits are already with us. Thank you, Spirit, for continuing to bring us the messages. For February 4th, 2019, February 5th, 2019, February 6th, 2019, February 7th, 2019, February 8th, 2019, February 9th, 2019, and February 10th, 2019, in behalf of the collective on a conscious and subconscious level, a message for each day in the way in which those who are ready to receive will receive these words, take what they need, and prosper. Tomorrow is the Chinese New Year and also the Lunar New Year. And symbolic is Friday, and that means we are halfway through winter solstice and spring equinox. By the way, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I don't know what's in my inbox. Because I only had one of those oils left. But let me check before I even say anything. Oh, the next webinar is on chakras. Chakra basics, on basics of aligning and activating all chakras. We'll start at the root and work to the crown. It is going to be February 23rd, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Saturday. I will be making a I'll be making a flyer and putting it up. This has been a requested webinar. So, yes, the drill, you know the drill. Head to synergysoul.org. Click Mindset of Self-Mastery. Once you purchase a ticket, send a photo or a screenshot of proof of purchase to info@synergysoul.org. We had a few issues with people not sending it in, and this time I happened to refund those people, or one person, I moved it forward, but I will not be doing that anymore. It is not my problem if you cannot send in a proof of purchase for the webinar. You are adults. Take care of your business. Monday, Tuesday. Ooh, we're going to use that for Monday. Okay. So, Monday. Ha! Look who came in. The Knight of Swords. We already know what this energy is. It's the new moon. Submission, allowing yourself to be submissive to this energy. That is so funny that he came in reverse for the new moon, which is today, and he came in upright. So now we know what this energy is associated with. I'm not even going to go back into this. We know charging forth with that, with making the changes that are necessary for your mindset, allowing yourself to reflect in this energy and be submissive to the flow of what is happening, right? To not do, but reflect, okay? The King of Wands and prioritizing, okay? So the King of Wands for February 5th, 2019, the King of Wands is coming through. That fertility And it's like the finding the courage and the fertility to prioritize what is important in your life, what it is that you are moving forth with. As you know, this new moon energy, right? The new moon is for planting seeds so that you can blossom new beginnings and new growth. But you have to know what is a priority in your life before you decide to move forward and plant those seeds and see those opportunities. So reflect on what it is that you are wanting on a very deep level. This is not about, it could be about money, it could be about material items, but what I'm really feeling is, if you really want those material items, if you want to bring forth that mundane 3D reality in which you're seeking, you have to take care of the priorities in your life first, and that's your spiritual health. So on a level of who you are as an individual, what do you need to feed and give attention to bring those things to you? If you notice that once if money, you have a fear of losing money, then you need to take care of your fear and learn to trust. If you are continuously saying yes to people, then you know you need to take care of yourself in the way of prioritizing yourself first, right? So realizing and connecting to what you as an individual need to prioritize in your own life in order for you to move forward and manifest your greatest desires. The reality of what our ego wants, the wants of our ego, are things to make us comfortable as we live out our spiritual truths. So we all have a purpose here, a spiritual purpose. Now, some will never connect to it. Some, their purpose may just be to live unconscious. But those who have awakened to their spiritual purpose or their consciousness, if you're looking to evolve in your spiritual life, if you're looking to evolve at all, you have to make yourself a priority and put yourself on that throne and see where it is that you need to water in order to get that car, in order to make that money, in order to build that house, whatever it is that you're looking for, in order to find love. What do you need to take care of in yourself first? What do you need to prioritize in yourself first to make that come forth? How fucking funny. Knight of Swords. Okay? And confusion. I love this. I love when shit like this happens. I mean, it happens all the time, but it still blows my mind all the fucking time. So, this energy obviously being associated with the new moon, the 3 days after, 3 days before. Make the emotional strength and emotional stamina, mindfulness, being strong in the things that you're thinking about, and not being strong in the things you're thinking about, but being strong, having a strong sense of response to what is going on in your thought patterns. And if you are finding yourself in a space of confusion, then it is giving yourself time to reflect and not react to the old thought patterns. Every time you react to an old thought pattern, you are feeding it. And he is here to tell you, hey, this guy, this knight, this King of Swords is he's very emotionally strong. His stamina, his mindset is strong. He knows not to react to things. He has that strong mindset. He is making choices by responding rather than reacting, okay? There is no space of confusion, okay? This is the Swords is a mental level of our conscious, our thought patterns, our beliefs, our attitudes, okay? So if you are finding yourself in a space of confusion, ask for that strength. Connect to the Knight of Swords. Invoke this energy within. Also, the butterfly behind him makes me think of blossoming, a new mindset of letting go of those old thought patterns, replacing it with a new thought pattern, allowing that thought pattern to expand And okay, if you're replacing it with a new thought pattern, it's like the space of a caterpillar. And once you continuously give that energy to that new thought pattern and continuously replace that old thought pattern with the new one, it will begin to blossom like the butterfly energy, okay? Okay. So, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, what I'm downloading from this personally, is a space of the heart chakra. The Six of Wands is a man on a horse with wreaths, right? And he has people around him. And I'm feeling like it's a supportive space. The Death card in the Oracle deck is also coming through. So, in this space, it's feeling like what is not supporting the love in which you are receiving, allowing those things to die out, and also how you, if you're acting from a space of hurt, recognizing that you are acting from a space of hurt and really giving attention to your heart chakra. I always associate cards with the chakras and usually the base, and there is a lot of red and a lot of a green here. So it's feeling like a rooted issue that is affecting your heart space, and it's going to be made known on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it will be brought to the surface. The sixes, when you see double sixes, it's about balancing the monetary rather than giving too much attention to the material life. It's giving more attention to your spiritual life. So allowing, when that energy comes up from a rooted issue that is affecting your heart space, to allow to be honest about how you are feeling in that situation, so that you can begin to allow that space to die out and know. And even if it means that you have to take extra steps to heal from that space, from that trauma, that you are telling yourself that that is what you have to do, and reaching or seeking the help or assistance that you need to guide yourself or allow others to guide you to heal that deep-rooted issue. Okay. The Nine of Cups is coming through, and vibration. So the Nine of Cups, and it's emotional. It's an emotional level of our conscious. The Cups card, and the Nine of Cups in upright is talking about getting something done, but not getting too comfortable with it. For me, this is a feeling of a confidence level. What vibration are you seeing yourself on? How are you connecting to who you are? What negative emotions are you associating with yourself? And because you are associating yourself with those negative emotions, you will begin to vibrate at that frequency. Rather than allowing yourself to vibrate higher, if you allow yourself to continuously speak of yourself on a lower vibration, you will continuously vibrate from that frequency. I'm also feeling like there is some delays in a space of personal power or invoking that personal power. It's like a blockage or resistance in invoking that personal power for some reason or another. And it's holding on, it's holding on to who you used to be rather than who are you right now, okay? You will not step into your personal power if you keep holding on to who it is that who you used to be. In order to complete this cycle, you have to stop saying to yourself, I'm trying to go back to that girl, or I'm trying to get my body to look like that again, and rather see I desire to be this now, and I desire for the future to love myself in this way, or to see myself in this way. So instead of seeing yourself or making your future endeavors align with who it was in the past, because remember, if you're going to invoke that energy of the past, you're bringing those vibrations forward. So when you continuously find yourself in a space of resistance and why you can't evolve, it's because you asked, oh, I wanted to be that girl who looked like that. But what was that girl's thought patterns? What was her emotions? What was the space that she was like in that moment, or woman or man, right? I want to be that woman again, but that woman may have been lost. Do you really want to invoke the energy of that woman in your now? Or do you want to invoke the woman of who you are now and step deeper into your power and maybe shape yourself this specific way rather than saying, oh, I want to be that person again? You don't want to be that person again. You have to accept who you are now so that you can see who you want to be in the future. And part of shifting or evolving is accepting now. But don't keep calling forward what you were in the past. It is not going to benefit you. It is going to cause resistance with you moving forward and evolving altogether. Limitations and strength in reverse. So this is kind of going back to this, what was Friday's energy. The limitations that you are causing for yourself are the limitations of weakness. This also goes with the new moon, because we know this cycle is going to be for a couple of days, right? So this limitations, what I'm feeling is the limitations that you're feeling in your life are, again, you're the only person that creates limits in your own life. They have to do with strength. It's the weekend, okay? This is a Saturday. This is the day where a lot of people want to eat shitty. A lot of people want to drink and go out and call that person because they're alone and they're not at work, or whatever that is, right? So you are going to limit your growth if you keep acting from a space of weakness. Invoke the inner strength within. Call on your ancestors. Call on your guardian angels. Call on whatever deities or ascended masters you work with. Call on God to help you invoke that internal strength. Spiritual strength will always overcome material strength. And that is that deep internal strength, right? Those who think they can fist fight but can't take care of, those who can fist fight but can't take care of their own emotional strength always lose. It doesn't matter how physically strong you are. If you're not emotionally strong, you are going to continuously find yourself in a rut and creating limitations for your own life. Defense. Okay, the Hangman is coming in reverse and defense. This is for Sunday, February 10th. So when the Hangman comes in reverse, I think of a lack of being able to switch around your perception. So not lack, it's you're not using your ability to reverse or redirect your perception. So if you're feeling like defensive towards a specific situation, or you're putting up defense, it's because you're not seeing all of the perception. You're not seeing that bigger picture. You're allowing your ego to get in the way, and your ego is not the one of multiple perceptions. The ego has one specific perception. The ego sees you. The ego is me. Oh, but me, but me, but me. Now, the ego is important when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to what you want, what it is that you desire. But if you're finding yourself in a space where you need to open up your eyes and see all perspectives, and you're not in that space, you're going to find yourself defensive to a lot of things in life, because you're not seeing all the perspectives. You're not seeing things from different perspectives. You're only seeing what it is that you want to see and what benefits you. In this situation, it feels like there's going to be something that may be benefiting a group and not just you, or a community and not just you. So if you're feeling defensive, you need to open up your perception. It's not always about you. It's about you when it has to do with your life and choices that you made. But if it has to do with a choice that you made, and now it's a consequence, or it's a choice that you made and the karma is coming through, and somebody is saying this, this, and this, you have to open up your perspective and not be so defensive so that you're able to grow. Remember, the third eye space is about perception, being able to see things from a Christ conscious, from the God conscious. If you're sitting in ego space and only seeing one perception in that tunnel vision, it's because you're only thinking about yourself and what it is that you see. Ask God to invoke your clarity of intuition and enhance perception of situation. Okay? Boom. I'm so excited about this energy. Thank you everybody who is joining me this afternoon. I don't even know what time it is. I can't see that far. 2:46. I want to thank you all. Remember, I'm going to be posting up the webinar flyer. It is on chakras, February 23rd, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get your ticket at www.synergysoul.org. Mindset of Self-Mastery webinar, or I think it might just say webinar now. I'm pretty sure maybe I changed it just to webinar. So click that and then screenshot of a picture of your purchase and send proof of purchase to info@synergysoul.org. Healthy skincare. If you noticed, I posted up in my stories today how much our products have helped improve my scars. And I was even telling my partner today how it's even changed my pitted scars. And that has to do with the hyaluronic acid. It helps build up that plumpness in your skin because, well, there's many things in there that do that. But the plump, using things on your skin that build plumpness will help with the scarring and the pitted scars also. So check out Healthy Skincare if you have not already. And what else? Oh, I am going to be I am going to be doing another anxiety webinar on the same thing, releasing, recognizing, and managing, because it went so well. I loved it, and there was a lot of people who requested another one who had to miss that one. So thank you. I want to thank the ancestors, my spiritual team, and benevolent spirits, God energy. Thank the collective ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, orishas, and benevolent spirits, and God for allowing me to be the vessel, the channel, the messenger on behalf of the collective on a conscious and subconscious level. And thank you all for receiving and being there and supporting Synergy Soul and supporting me.